Who in the world watches that and goes, oh, this is good TV? I'm so glad I am watching this right now. What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham. I'm your host of the Idol Breakdown. Let's go. First, we have Za.
I bust the windows out your car, and though it didn't mend my broken heart, I'll probably always have these ugly scars. But right now I don't care about that part.
Now this is Nadia Turner's daughter. Nadia was in the top 8 on season 4. I think I remember her. I'm not 100% sure. But her daughter is here to sing, surprised her mother, and I actually believe it was a legitimate surprise. There were a lot of gimmicks on this episode that were super cheesy and fake and made me want to throw up. But I don't think this was one of them. I love watching the interaction between Za and her mother Nadia. It's very cool to see that idol generational thing going on. As far as Za's audition and her singing voice, I thought she had a beautiful voice. Her tone was really nice. She doesn't quite have the juice up top, it seems. So they have a lot of power up there to really deliver those haymakers vocally. But there was some nice stuff there. She's pretty, and it's a really nice moment with her mom. I don't think she's gonna be one of our finalists down the road, but it was a nice moment. Next we have Thomas Patrick Morin.
Been traveling these wide roads for so long.
Come on, singer.
My heart's been far from you. 10,000 miles gone.
Oh yeah.
And take me to your river. I wanna go.
Yes, you do. Here we have a genuine ball of energy. The Irish dance thing was really gimmicky at the beginning, and he's a lot, but I actually absolutely love him. You might be surprised. You might think like, oh, Clark doesn't like the gimmicky things. It's like there's so much genuineness to his gimmickiness, which is such an oxymoron. I was into it. I like him, and I don't care who knows. He started way too hyped though, because he started singing Chain of Fools in the wrong key and then found himself by the end of the line. That's not good. You don't want to do that. They calm him down and are like, hey, this is serious. Can you please sing another song seriously? And he does just that. I loved his second song. He took such care with the music that he was singing. He cared for and caressed every single note that came out of his mouth and every lyric. And I felt like I was witnessing a love affair with a storyteller and a beautiful story. I really liked that. I really liked his performance. Lionel was like, I think it'd be so fun and hilarious for you to be in. He tried to make a thing of class clown, and I used to be the class clown, which is like low-key saying that you're really funny, which is kind of weird. And then saying that I think you'd be funny in Hollywood. Yeah, he'll be fun in Hollywood, and I'm sure he'll make laughs. But he has some genuine talent here that is worth exploring in Hollywood, even if he wasn't all funny and full of energy. I'm excited for this guy in Hollywood Week because of his voice and his voice alone. Who knows what he has there vocally? Maybe there's a whole other world to explore. Maybe he's really limited to just really soft songs like that. I don't know. We'll find out. I would be super curious to hear him actually sing in a good key, Chain of Fools and soulful stuff like that. But we'll have to wait till Hollywood. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, the like button, the subscription button, and the notification bell. Notification bell is just gonna make sure that you know when these episodes are coming out, which is important because now that we're doubling up on episodes, thank you, American Idol, yeesh, Sunday night and Monday night, I'm moving my Monday night Idol Breakdown show to 6:30 Central Time. So 30 minutes before American Idol actually airs so that we can watch this and then actually watch American Idol. So things like that are going to be shifting ever so slightly. So if you want to for sure know when the video's starting, when the premiere's coming, just click the notifications bell and that'll take care of that. Sam Moss.
How do people just move on with their lives? How do flowers stay so red?
How the hell do I get out of bed?
Now Sam auditioned before. Katie talked about how much she loved her and missed her and thinks she should have gone through. And so they brought her back a month later to audition again. This time she sang an original song. Holy crap, what a song! The lyrics, the song was so good. Vocally, I thought she was good. It's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not freaking out. I thought the song was better than the actual vocal performance. I thought she was good. Katie got her way. We have a genuine artist and a wonderful songwriter in the competition, which is always good for American Idol. And we'll see if she steps up her game vocally as she continues on in the show. Kenzie Elizabeth is next.
Damn cold night, trying to figure out this life.
So here's the thing. Kenzie's actually a legitimate monster singer. She's very silly, she's a lot, and very, very quirky. But her vocal talent is pretty insane. The notes you were hitting, it's not just that they were high. She actually knows what she's talking about when she's talking about the mixed belt. That is the meat of any big, giant, powerful high note that you hear someone do. There's chest voice, which is what we speak in. There's falsetto, which is the high soft tone. And then mix is a mix between chest voice and head tone. And it's this whole new world that adds on like a fifth to your range effortlessly. So anyway, she knows what she's talking about and she does it. Like she's really impressive. A little too quirky, I guess, for American Idol, and the performance was very theatrical. She had a lot going for her emotionally and energy-wise, but a lot of them do. So she didn't make it through. They said it was because it was theater, not really right for the show. I agree, I guess, but she was a monster. One thing I'm doing to promote these videos, I'm going on American Idol's Instagram account that has 1.4 million followers, and every post they do, almost, I'm commenting immediately, check out this video, Idol Breakdown, link in bio. The more we can like that comment, the more that comment's gonna stand out. And we're gonna basically piggyback off of American Idol's 1.4 million followers. And we're just gonna take over their Instagram, which would be fun. Let's do it. And if you want, you do it. If I go to an American Idol post and I see that you've posted, check out at Clark Beckham's Idol Breakdown video, link in his bio. If I see that you've done it before I could, I'll like yours. And then we can all just like your comment. So let's just blow up their Instagram. Next we have Fritz.
I fell by the wayside like everyone else. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, but I was just kidding myself. So, before you go, was that something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to weather.
Really likable guy from the beginning. You really want him to be good. He starts singing the verse and it's pretty weak, honestly. And then it starts to get a little better, and then he starts the chorus, and I'm like, okay, chorus is why he picked this song, all right. And then it gets better and better and better, and then by the end of the chorus, I'm like, whoa, we have like a full-blown potential star here. So, I mean, the verse was like a 3 out of 10, and the chorus like a 9 out of 10. I mean, a huge jump. And I think it's very possible and very common that singers need some time to get into the song. And Katie said, you need to hit that from the first word of the first verse, and she's 100% right. But he gave us enough at the end there in that chorus to go, oh, I think that's actually his voice. And the first verse was just him struggling to get in it. I'm very happy they let him through. He could really excel in Hollywood Week. It's possible. Or he could just kind of fade away in the background and be one of those people who never hear about again. It's either one or the other, I think, with him. Now we have Kevin Coolidge.
If I were the sun way up there,
Oh, he can play.
I'd spread love most everywhere.
Sing. He sounds like he's 70.
I'll be the moon when the sun goes down, just to show you I'm still around. 'cause that's how strong my love is.
Lee.
That's how strong my love is. That's how strong my love is.
God, I love that.
That's how strong my love is. Come on.
Come on, man.
That's how strong my love is.
Wow, what a voice.
That's how strong my love is.
Sir.
Oh, come on!
Now, Kevin, I grew up with that song.
Whoa. Okay, first, let's back up the woeing. He talks about William Hung being his hero, which is funny, and I like it. I like that it's his hero because he says he just went in there and put it all out there. And he's right, he did that. When I went back on the show in season 15 on Fox's finale season, I got to meet all of my heroes because they brought so many people back from all the other seasons. I met Fantasia and George Huff, Catherine McPhee, Carrie Underwood, Jordan Sparks, Melinda Doolittle, Ruben Studd, like everyone. The bougiest person of them all was William Hung. He had like his agent and his manager with them, and he was dressed really cool and really nice, and he was cool. I actually had a cameo of him, like a phone video of him telling people to buy my album. So that's our relationship.
Hi everyone, this is William Hung from American Idol. Clark Beckham has an album coming out tonight. It is available on all streaming platforms.
Dude starts singing, sounds like Van Morrison to me. I mean, his pitch is perfect, his tone is perfect, his execution of what he's trying to do is flawless. Dude sounds like he's a 60-year-old man who's been singing blues and soul for his whole life. He's got great touch on the piano, which means some people just smack their fingers down on the keyboard and there's the chord and it's the right chord and the notes are played correctly and they sing over it. Other people have control of the velocity at which they play and can make things loud and soft and everything in between according to the dynamics of what the song needs and what the vocal needs and support. He does that really, really well. It's one of those things that you might not notice consciously, but subconsciously, I promise you're feeling it. He crushed. And then at the very end, he throws in a little flat five thing, which Jesus loves the flat five. I love the flat five. And he did it and I screamed. Then they do this second song where all the judges have instruments. What are we doing? He has this little necktie looking scratching instrument thing that and it's really contrived and super corny and super put on, and I almost threw up. Why are we doing this? If you want to listen to this episode in podcast form, you can do that. I'm going to put a podcast link in the description below. Last week, I accidentally only uploaded the first minute and 47 seconds because I'm a rookie. But I figured it out. I deleted that one. Got the new one on there. All the episodes are on there and updated, including this episode by the time that you're listening to this. So if you want to go listen to it, you can. Just go to Clark Beckham Idol Breakdown. It'll pop up. Then Idol Bold Move does a montage of amazing singers that go home. That's not really what I want to see as a viewer. Like, oh wow, look at all, listen to just snippets of all these singers. And this is my pet peeve, singing against background music that's in a completely different key, which is so, it kills my ear. It's so weird sounding to me. But anyway, listen to all these wonderful singers and then hear the judges say no to them. Okay, sure. How about they say yes because they sounded really good? Whoever this setup is for better be a monster, and they better be better than all these people or we're gonna get let down. And of course, that's exactly what they were gonna do and what they did. That's what happened with Jacob Moran.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see that.
I did not see that coming
let's
at
hear
all. Okay.
This could go
freak
one
out
of two
about it.
ways, so.
Okay. Great, go for it.
Can write my story
That's hot.
beyond the archetype.
Ooh wee.
I won't just conform, 'cause my roots, they run deep. Oh, and the vultures all start circling was brand. You're out of time, but still I rise. I will still rise. I'll still rise. Oh, don't be surprised. I will still rise.
Oh boy. He seems absolutely terrified. Now, two things I want to say about this. One, you should probably get over that one quickly. One, because you're really good. Two, you got a lot more to do when it comes to singing and being in a situation where those nerves would call back. Other thing I want to say is, were they real? Now, I'm not necessarily saying was he faking it. When you're on American Idol, you have a subconscious thing in you that is saying, I want to do what the producers want me to do. What the camera people want, what's going to be exciting for the viewers, I want to give that. So if I'm nervous, genuinely nervous, and they're asking me about it, and I know that's interesting, I might push the envelope a little bit and really play to my nerves and inflate them a bit. I remember Francisco Martin, and I wondered about that for him, because that dude seemed petrified. And then he started to sing and was like, Mr. Suave, Swagalicious singer guy. And we get a little bit of that with Jacob. So Jacob walks in the room and they're like, I remember you. And I'm thinking, do you though? I mean, it's it's possible they do. It's very possible they do. It was 4 seasons ago when he was there. He lost 60 pounds, which freaking awesome, bro. Good for you. Nothing but hard work, dedication, and discipline. So very nice. You know it's in their notes that, hey, this guy auditioned before. Say something about that. We're playing on that a lot in his pre-audition tape. But maybe they really genuinely saw him and were like, hey. He says he's going to sing Rise by Katie, and all of the judges just decide to make that a really big deal. And immediately I'm like, this is fake. This is contrived. They don't do that usually, but they know he's going to be amazing. The producers have told them, like, hey, this guy's a monster. They set it up by going, whoa, oh my goodness, wow, Rise, oh wow, you're going to sing a Katy Perry. She's right here. Like, okay, let's pump the brakes, act natural, please. Starts to sing, and he just murders it. This dude has really good technique, can sing in the rafters. We did not even see all that he could do as far as singing in that mixed belt. As Kenzie would say, this is the impressive thing. He's really great with the really narrow, tight vowels in the beginning and articulating really well and putting a lot of energy in those lower medium range notes. And he's great at opening all the way up and doing these big wide vowel, beautiful belting notes. And then he kicks it into third gear with that mixed voice that really reminds me of Adam Lambert. A lot of the members in the watch party last night mentioned that as well. This dude has huge vocal talent. Huge vocal talent, as good as anyone this season so far. If you want to be a part of the watch party, and what the watch party is, I live stream myself watching the episode of American Idol, but it's for members only. So if you want to be a part of that, you can become a member by clicking the join button at the bottom right hand of this video. It's $5 a month, easy peasy, we have a great time. Then they do another montage of more great singers that didn't make it. Why are we showing off that we don't have good singers coming in to Hollywood? They're really focusing on bad vocal habits. It shows the judges really getting after some people. Here's the thing with bad vocal habits though. If Michael McDonald was taken into a vocal coach and he were to sing and the vocal coach had no idea who he was or his success, they would tell him, you need to change everything about your voice. There are countless unbelievable singers, icons, that vocal coaches would try to absolutely change their voice entirely because they would say they have a bad habit. But sometimes the bad habits they work. We put on singing voices. Some of our singing voices sounds more like a speaking voice or a natural voice than others. And some people have weird singing voices that explode in the music industry. So you have to be a little careful with that critique. Haley Slayton is next.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. But I gotta keep trying.
She seemed actually super raw to me. Her first song was, like Luke said, very amateur in a lot of areas, but then also really great in a lot of areas. It seemed to me that her bigger notes were kind of the moneymaker for her, but everything else below a big high note was below average, was not great. But the big belting notes weren't quite good enough for us to forgive what was apart from them. So for example, Fritz, the entire chorus was golden. The high notes, the small notes, everything. It's not quite the same, even though with her, the big notes in the chorus are what really sounded good and the verse wasn't so great. She sang a second song, which was an Adele song, which is a song entirely of big notes, of big, long, belting notes. And she sounded way better with that. Two things. One, we have to realize that's her thing. She can do those big belting notes and that's about it seems. Two, we have a lot of contestants picking the wrong song to start with, which you'd think that would be a really easy decision, but so many people get caught up and make it overcomplicated and they choose songs because they're more current or because maybe the lyrical content works with their story. Bottom line, when you pick a song to audition with, the only thing you need to think about is what do I sound the best on? Period, end of discussion. If that's an original, great. If that's an old classic song, great. If that's a brand new song that's a huge hit, awesome. If that's an underground song that nobody knows, great. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just sing the song that you sound best on, period. Don't think about anything else. Even if it's a song that's sung a bunch, don't think about the rules that come into play, the unwritten rules of, well, so-and-so sang that song. You don't want to be compared to them. Well, you can't sing a Whitney Houston song. Oh, well, you can't sing a Katy Perry song. She's right there. If you sound the best on a Katy Perry song, you should sing a Katy Perry song. Something that Katy says before she starts singing the second song is, now you're fighting here. Remember, you're fighting for your son. I'm like, whoa. I was on board until you put the stakes at her son. I mean, I think her son's gonna be okay if she doesn't make it. Like, it sounded like, oh my gosh, let's raise the stakes that high. Elli Rowe is next.
I can't stop the rain, but I will keep you dry. And if the shore feels far away, oh, I'll be by your side.
Oh, I love her.
She comes in with a guitar and then immediately asked if she can play piano, which I thought was interesting. There are two things that could have happened. She could have just oddly brought in a guitar and immediately asked to play piano, which is weird. Or the edit could make it look like that, but that could have actually been her second song. So maybe she sang her first song on guitar and then they were like, can you sing something else? And then she replied, can I play piano? And that's where they edited it. So it made it look weird like that. But I bet she's a great guitar player because she's a pretty good piano player. And it seemed like that wasn't her first instrument of choice. She sings Alan Stone, which I'm a huge fan of. I got to open for Alan Stone once. He's the man, the kindest, nicest, sweetest soul ever. She sings Give You Blue and has a very sweet, pleasant R&B voice, and I'm a fan. She reminds me of Madison Cunningham and Emily King.
Where will I be? Fruit in the tree. Time to get up. I think you've been sleeping too long.
She gets it. I mean, she's a true musician. You could tell that she grew up with music around her. Her parents were in a bluegrass band, and I bet she was playing and performing with them her whole life because she gets it and it's inside of her. She knows what she can do and she executes it perfectly. Katy said, hey, you need to start boxing. There's some big singers and big voices here. You need to start fighting for that. I totally disagree. No, absolutely not. Luke said, when you do the falsetto stuff, test out your belting voice to see if you can belt those. Now, the key word here that Luke said is test. I totally agree. You should test out your belting voice. Check it out, see if that's an option for you. but don't push it. So the idea, the concept that Katie was saying was, hey, we got some big singers, so you need to come back boxing, getting ready to hit and fight. No, not if you can't. You don't compete with a big voice by showing how not big of a voice you have. If that's not your thing, then don't try it to be your thing. The biggest mistake and my biggest pet peeve I see in Hollywood a Week all the time, all the contestants go there. Naturally, there are going to be people practicing and singing, and we're going to be checking each other out. And inevitably, there's this group of people that can sing runs and high notes really well, and everyone else is like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Well, first of all, most of the winners of American Idol also can't do that. My point is, you don't need to do that. And it has no indication of what's good or what's bad when it comes to success on American Idol or success in the music industry, period. So that's one thing. Don't get caught up in that. Two, what I see so many people do is they try to compete with that when that's not their thing. Why would you compete with a runner by showing how you can't do runs? Don't do that. The concept that Katie was saying, I actually totally disagree with. Luke saying test it out, see if it's there. Totally down with that. Test it out, see if it's there. If it's not there, do your thing. You know how to do your thing and you execute it perfectly. I think she's great. She just needs to keep doing whatever she wants to do. Dan Marshall Griffith is next.
Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above.
And he played linebacker at Virginia Tech for 4 years. Beast. He's massive. He has a very, very sweet, kind, old school country voice that is one of those voices that you haven't heard in a long time. Just something you could listen to forever. Now, does he have a place on Idol with that voice? I don't think so. It would take a transcendent type of path blazing move for him to make a run in the show. Could he do it? I don't think he's quite good enough to do something like that. Does he have a great country voice? Totally. I don't know if he has the versatility to do what he needs to do in the show, especially this season that's pretty crowded with country singers. But who knows? I only heard him do one thing, and all I know is I'm convinced he can do that thing well. So maybe he can do more things well. We'll see. Last, we have Douglas Mills Jr.
Scent of magnolia, clean and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh.
He says, music is my safe place from haters and downers. Not for long. If you have success in music and you do really well in this show, unfortunately, you're gonna have to find another safe haven to hide away from haters and downers, because just the nature of being lifted up on a pedestal is you're just gonna have people come out of the woodwork and say how you're not good. I've been called so many negative things. I actually started to really enjoy it, and I really am completely genuine about that. I had one person say, you're just gonna end up singing on the street. No wonder your girlfriend left you, you gay boy, which, what the heck? You sing like a goat. These are messages that have been sent to me. You just have to learn to love them. But music being a safe haven away from haters and downers, he's got a great voice, and if he goes far in the competition, you're just gonna have people that like to throw hate at you. That makes no sense sometimes. You just have to laugh at it. It's just the nature of success. He's very theater to me. He is a beast at control and knowing exactly what he wants to do and executing it. Once again, a common question of contestants this episode. Does he have a place on American Idol? I think it would have to look like another trailblazer, transcendent thing that's never been done before on American Idol. Is he good enough to do that? Maybe. I think he's on the edge because he is very impressive. And I think he looks really cool when he sings. Like, he's so interesting and into it, and I believe him, and I'm hanging on every word that he says, like dying for the next word and the next lyric and the next choice. Like, what is he gonna do? He did this slide thing vocally in the song, which was crazy to me, and he just has the confidence to go for it, and he's very entertaining. I have no idea what's gonna happen in Hollywood Week and as he moves forward. I don't think that there is a place for him in this show, but it's possible that I could be totally wrong and he could, like I said before, be a trailblazer and pave a path that has never been taken by any contestant on the show. I think that's what it's gonna have to take for him to do well, just because he's so theatrical and so different from anybody else. We'll see. I'm down. The judges say he's a superstar. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I think he's very special. I don't think he's gonna go really far in the competition, but I hope I'm wrong. My winner and loser of the week. My winner is Luke. I actually think he nailed it this episode. And I was talking with somebody, another fellow fan of the show. I was talking about my favorite judge. I think it's Luke. I think he's doing the best job of anybody. The critique is really accurate, and I think he's lovable, and when he tries to be funny, it's so natural, and he makes me laugh the most. I think he gives the best critique. Luke's killing it. My loser of the week is whoever writes the little judge skits. Oh my gosh, they're corny. And I'm not necessarily talking about like the karaoke thing. Actually, I thought that was fun because it seemed really genuine, like they were having fun. But the little thing, like with the river dance, the bayou instrument playing with a tambourine and the shaker, and why are we doing that? Who in the world watches that and goes, oh, this is good TV? I'm so glad I am watching this right now. One more additional segment that I'm gonna add that you are gonna take part in. I'm gonna start answering one viewer question a week, and that viewer question is gonna be found in the comments. So, in your comments, I just want you to ask questions, and I'm gonna look through them, find my favorite question, and I'm gonna answer them in the next video. I'll see you guys, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. We're just gonna make that the new constant time now that they randomly decide to do doubling up of episodes. So I'll see you then. You guys be good.